For the past decade, two manufacturers have stood tall amongst the rest. Those are, of course, Rocky Mountain Construction and INTAMIN. Both of these manufacturers have some of the greatest coasters of all time under their name, with RMC actually being the manufacturer of the number 1 and 2 ranked coasters on the planet. This is a very hard decision, so don't be surprised if I change my mind right after this video. Before I begin, here are the categories the two will be competing in. Range, so the variety of coasters they build. Consistency, comparing each of their top 3 highest ranked coasters. Reliability, trains, and presence in the coaster world. Quickly, one last thing before we begin, feel free to share your opinion down in the comments below, as you might disagree with the final conclusion. But with that being said, let's begin. Starting with variety, this is probably the biggest victory for either side. INTAMIN wins by a landslide. RMC only has 3 coaster models that have actually been built, and 2 of them are very similar. However, INTAMIN has everything. Spinning coasters, blitz coasters, wing coasters, vertical launch coasters, Zack spins, and so many more. This is a quick category because there's no doubt in my mind INTAMIN completely destroys RMC here. 1-0 INTAMIN. However, the same can't be said here, as it's actually pretty close. Yes, INTAMIN probably has more world-class coasters, but tons of misses, from mid to even atrocious attractions. Meanwhile, RMC has never once built a bad coaster. There's only been world-class and sometimes one step down, but still amazing. I think RMC has been more consistent over time, but they also have over 300 less coasters, so it's a tad unfair. So for this category, I will be giving both manufacturers half a point. 1.5 to 0.5 INTAMIN. Reliability-wise, both manufacturers struggle. It's pretty often that when you go to a park with a coaster built by either of these manufacturers, it's closed. RMCs can have pretty darn bad downtime, but I don't know if any manufacturer has more overall downtime than INTAMIN. I mean, just go to Islands of Adventure. Velocicoaster is almost guaranteed going to close 2 to 3 times every day, and I can't say Hagrid's is much better. And even outside of that, INTAMIN can't seem to keep their coasters open. Another good example is Gotham City Escape at Parque Madrid in Spain. Everyone that goes raves about how incredible it is, but the amount of downtime is just crazy. Yes, both manufacturers struggle here, but I think RMC has the edge, tying up the score at 1.5 to 1.5. For trains, I actually thoroughly enjoy both manufacturers' trains. INTAMIN having arguably the highest rated restraints of all time, and RMC getting a lot of hate for them. But the reason I think it's actually a really tight battle is because on every RMC I've been on, I've been allowed to leave multiple inches of room. While on INTAMIN, you're getting stapled, or at least less than an inch of room 110% of the time. INTAMIN lap bars are more comfortable, but since you can't leave that much room, I have to call it another tie. 2-2. Yes, the part of the video I've been most excited to make, comparing both manufacturers' top 3 ranked coasters. I'll be seeing their top 3 by using CoasterBot's 2024 Vote Coasters poll. RMC's top 3 was Steel Vengeance, Iron Gwazi, and Zadra. INTAMIN's top 3 was Velocicoaster, Gotham City Escape, and Taiga. I could see where you're coming from either way, and honestly, I'm struggling to decide, so I'm just going to do 1v1s. RMC had Zadra at 3rd place, and INTAMIN had Taiga. This was by far the hardest decision to make, but after a bit of thought, I decided that it's another tie because I'll change my mind whatever coaster I choose within 5 seconds of posting this video. RMC's number 2 is Iron Gwazi, and INTAMIN's is Gotham City Escape. Iron Gwazi is one of my top coasters ever, and Gotham is probably my top bucket list steel coaster in the world. Another extremely hard decision that I might disagree with right after posting the video, but I decided to give INTAMIN the point with Gotham City Escape. It's like the perfect roller coaster for me. Punchy launches, amazing queue, insane ejector, best moment of hang time probably in the world, and just really wonky and fast-paced maneuvers. Iron Gwazi is in my top 3, but I truly think the day I ride Gotham City Escape, it will even surpass that. For our last comparison, it's RMC's Steel Vengeance and INTAMIN's Velocicoaster. Funnily enough, this was the easiest decision. It's definitely Steve. Velocicoaster for me is just a tad underwhelming. The second half is awesome, but it only lasts for like 30 seconds. Meanwhile, Steel Vengeance is almost a minute and a half of non-stop ejector airtime and easily takes the point. Both manufacturers are still tied at 3.5 to 3.5. For our second to last category, we have operations. And I know this can vary from park to park, but this is just saying which is more efficient for sending trains quickly. Just like variety, this is an easy point for INTAMIN. Not one RMC coaster has dispatches in under 1 minute, or maybe even a minute and a half. However, there are probably close to 50 or so INTAMINs with under minute-long dispatches, some even being as low as 40 seconds. Velocicoaster, Hagrid's, Gotham, Toutatis, Terran, and so many more. INTAMIN have really mastered creating the most efficient trains in the industry, and no doubt take this point, finally breaking the tie and making the score 4.5 to 3.5 INTAMIN. We have finally made it to the last category. I decided to switch from presents because I didn't really know what to do with that, so instead I will go with innovation. Both manufacturers have actually done quite a lot. RMC brought the idea of not just trashing old and bad wooden coasters, but instead renovating them, turning them into completely new beasts. Plus, correct me if I'm wrong, RMC built the first genuine thrill coasters where you were sitting alone in your own row, not including mountain coasters. For INTAMIN, what can you say? They changed everything about roller coasters. They created hydraulic launches, set records, beating themselves out on multiple occasions, and have shown that one manufacturer can do more than just a couple specific designs. They can have variety, which INTAMIN still stands king of. RMC was an extremely innovative company, but I don't think anyone will ever knock INTAMIN down from being the most innovative manufacturer of all time, making the score 5.5 to 3.5 INTAMIN. Well, there you go. My final conclusion came out with INTAMIN on top. How do you feel about this debate, and do you agree or disagree? I personally think overall, INTAMIN is the better company, but that doesn't mean they are my favorite. In this case, they are, though, because of... I hope you enjoyed this video, as it took forever to make. And see you next time on Express Thrills. Bye!